Hello, everyone, and welcome to Unify and Spirituality Gone Wild and everywhere else that we are out on the web. I am Debbie G. And you know what? We have a mid-after Saturday afternoon special because we have something really exciting in store for you coming up on 11/11. We have uniting thought leaders to regenerate our planet and make a positive impact on humanity. We are stewarding our earth for our shared evolution. And we're going to see so many exciting things. But here to tell us all about this is the inspiration, the creative behind all of this amazingness that's happening at this beautiful portal day, 11/11. I'm so excited. 11/11/22 as well. ANISTARA Maka, mother of 11/11 Unified Portal Gatherings, awakened leader and visionary pioneer. Her mission is weaving commune unity together, co-creating multidimensional experiences for humanity's awakening. She is a lover of Mother Gaia and a steward of the new earth. And she's an author, mentor, team leader, ceremonial creatrix, healer, passionate woman on purpose. She's taught at retreats, festivals around the world for over 20 years. And as a mother and empath, her heart-centered shares are all present right now as we are just sitting here, because I'm going to tell you, ANISTARA, it is amazing to have you here with us. Welcome to Unify, and please, let's jump right in to this amazing creation that you have for all of us.
Sure. Thank you so much, Debbie. I really appreciate it. And thank you to Unify for stepping up and being such a stellar network partner. We're so grateful for you and your whole team and what you all do in the world. I mean, we're all just trying to do the best that we can. And we want to live in a world of peace and unity and harmony and abundance for all. I really do believe in the core heart of every human that that is a desire that we all want to have. And so, 11/11 Unified virtual experience was birthed many years ago. My husband and I started an 11/11 gathering in our home 13 years ago. So this is our 13th annual 11/11. We've been 11/11ers for a long time. And the intention of that event was to have friends and family come to our home. We had a potluck dinner, and we started by creating a sacred circle at 11 p.m. on 11/11. And then we would take about 22 minutes peeking at 11/11. And each person went around the circle and got to say a prayer for themselves, then their family, then the community, and then the world. And what we noticed after several years of doing this is that people really got to accept and receive what it was that they were asking for, whether it was a new home, whether it was a new job, whether it was a new partner. We called in our house, we called in our son. And so we really noticed the power of when we're in a group, when we're in community together, that our prayers and our intentions are amplified. Yeah.
I love this because I know this is true. Audience, what do you think about that? Because I know that there's some of you out there that may have experienced this. In fact, if I gather, most likely every one of you right now, who are either watching now or on the replay, have noticed that when you're in alignment and agreement for a cause, with the intention of unity, that magic happens. When you join together, you know, Linda Taggart's book, The Power of Eight, in the Bible, it talks 2 or more are gathered. It's a very powerful time. Why, though, is 11/11 so powerful there?
Well, 11/11 is a master number. It actually means awakening and enlightenment. And so when we follow 11/11, or we see 11/11 often in our life, sometimes daily, twice, then we follow the signs and synchronicities that happen. So some people just stop and take a breath. Some people make a wish. Some people say a prayer. Oh, it's 11/11, say a prayer. And so however you acknowledge it and work with it is uniquely yours. And that just creates magic in your life. I feel like when I'm guided by 11/11, I can see clearly what the next step is on my path. It's a powerful number. And so when we gather on that portal day, we call it a portal day, the double-digit numbers, then the intention and the prayer again magnifies even more.
I am so excited. I love this. So you started off with groups in your home, for those of you who are
Yes.
just joining, and this is the 13th?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
13th. And no, 13th is a magical number too.
Yeah.
So we have
Indeed it is.
I know. So there's a serious amplification that's going to be happening. I'm so excited about this. So tell us more about, well, first off, I want to say that yesterday, I don't know if you all missed it, but you can go over to the page and you can see the most amazing work that you did from the dome inside. The sound
Mm,
was just unbelievable. I mean, that's a
mm.
beautiful dome too.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah. So my beloved partner, Andrew, his father passed last year on 12/12, exactly 1 month and 1 day after 11/11. And
Mm.
we inherited his childhood home and the property, and we call it Joy Oasis. It's 11 and a half acres up in the redwood trees above Occidental, California. And we actually had a dome that we previously lived in that we took down and built a new dome. And so this is going to be our community space that we gather in for the live portion of our event this year. So the way that that occurred was we started in our home and then we moved into a bigger house and then we moved into a retreat center on 11/11/11. We had a whole weekend retreat and my husband and I got remarried. We every 5 years we recommit because our vows change, our life changes, and a
Right.
child is added to the mix. And so our commitment to each other shifts over time. And so our wedding on 11/11/11 was amazing. We rented out the CYO camp, a retreat center nearby. And so each year it grew. And I got this intuitive hit in 2019. I was in Bali and I was under a waterfall. And I just got clear message from source saying this needs to expand. Like there are other 11/11ers out there. There are other people who are drawn to this number, drawn to this portal day and do special things. And so I visualized all the gatherings, just like Earth Dance had multiple gatherings around the world and they connected in virtually. I see that for the 11/11 Unified Network. And so we went virtual for the last 2 years, and this is our 3rd year as a virtual event. And we're bringing that live piece back
Yeah.
in. It's a hybrid event this year. We're going to have people at the house. So
This
I'm
is way
excited for
cool.
that.
I'm really excited too because
Yeah.
this is the time for us all to gather in gratitude and
Mm,
appreciation.
mhm, mhm.
The month of November is considered the month of thankfulness, but I mean, I
Mm,
love to encourage people. That's what JBG is. It's about gratitude. And I really want to emphasize this because the 11/11 portal for me
mhm.
I'm an 11/11er. I love how he's called that,
Yeah.
11/11er. Anybody
Yeah.
else out there? I see some 11/11ers out there. They're all raising their hands basically. Hey,
Yeah.
it's me. I'm here. I love you. I see
Uh-huh.
you guys. Sharon Friedman says she's an 11/11 girl. Yeah, right.
Yes.
I love it. You
Yeah.
see it all the time. We too, actually. I saw it today and I went, I get to do this in like just a short time. And I love that.
Mhm, mhm.
But but right now, this most important part about this is this deep appreciation for how that we stand together on this special day and this space that
Yeah.
you've gathered. And I just want to honor you and
Mhm.
celebrate you for stepping forward and listening to the call in no less a waterfall in Bali. I mean,
Yes.
listening to that, I mean, that's not a horrible place at all.
Bali is definitely a piece of my heart, lives there. We have a beloved friend who has property there that invited us to build a home there. And we returned from Bali, and 2 weeks later was lockdown. And so we have been unable to return back to Bali right now. And so I feel like our roots just got really deep into California, inheriting these two properties. So yeah, it's there's this energy that happens on portal days. And so we do our best to acknowledge each one. We have like a mastermind each month on a portal day or some kind of transmission. We call it portal day transmission. And so on this particular event, although there's so much content, which I would love to share a little bit with you about,
Yeah.
one of the main pieces of content is called Living in Gratitude. And it literally is a panel with Debbie G, Miranda from unify.org, Twin Ray, one of my dearest best friends, Michaela Ivy, and myself. And we'll just be in discussion around what it means to really embody gratitude. And today, specifically on 11/11.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to be on the panel. It's my favorite thing to talk about, actually.
Mhm.
I love that. Prince Fleet Easton, the Prince of Palm Springs, and a dear friend of mine is here, and he says he loves this, and he was meant to be here today. And
Yeah.
Besalita, beautiful name, is thanking Source that she was led here at this time.
Mm, mm.
So many people are, and I love all of you guys for being here, because you are right. You were led to be here and to understand the innate power within you, the beauty that you are, the worthiness you are. And 1111 is the time to bring it all in and hone in those intentions as we close out the rest of this year. And
Yeah.
it's just super exciting. But the workshops, so this is what I really dig is
Mhm.
events are cool and they're fun, and I love to be entertained, and I love entertaining. But the real core is the work that we do. And we all know the work that we do
Yeah.
is that's where it's at.
Mhm.
And I love that you're bringing workshops into this. So this is an
Mhm.
integrative experience for everybody that's
It is.
watching. And I'm going to put the link in the chat to join this wonderful experience again. Please do. And while I do that, can you talk some more about these workshops and what kind of integrative
Sure.
possibilities that there are?
Yeah, yeah. So the way the way the and the way the virtual event works is that we're going to start at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time on the 10th. And that's the opening ceremony with Chief Hereditary Chief Phil Lang Jr. And those who are at Joy Oasis already. And we're just going to open the container. And then at that point, at 4 p.m. Pacific time on the 10th here in California, that is when it's 11 a.m. Sydney, Australia time. So the content begins. And it goes all the way until 11 p.m. Maui, Hawaii time. And so the point is that when it's 11 a.m. in one of the furthest parts of the world, coming all the way around the world to where 11 p.m. comes to completion. And so the most poignant moment of the whole event is actually at noon to 1:30 p.m. Pacific time on 11/11. So California time at noon is the Global Coherence Experience. And Teresa Collins is going to be hosting this with the Islands of Coherence and her beautiful
Love
Global
her.
Coherence Pulse.
Yeah.
Yep. So they're
Yeah.
going to
Love.
be speaking a panel called Cultivating Community Coherence. And
Nice.
then those who are here at Joy Oasis will tune in to that live webinar. So you can log in, you can interact, you can chat, you can be there with us. And then those at Joy at the live event will tune in the center of that moment. And then we'll go into the Global Coherence Pulse for a half an hour. We'll have the Global Silent Minute. And then Gary Malkin will create some music, and Dot Mayer will guide us through the meditation. And then Teresa Collins will help us pulse the energy into Mama Gaia, into the world, into our intention for humanity and regenerating Mother Gaia, regenerating humanity, and moving into our new earth frequency. And so that's the main piece of content in the center of the day. And then the other two really important ones is our 1111 portal videos. So these are 22-minute audio visual journeys that is meant for you to play at 11 a.m. your time zone. Whether you're in Europe, whether you're in Brazil or Peru, you want to press play at 11 a.m. and you have this journey for 22 minutes. And then same thing with the closing video. You press play at 11 p.m. your time zone and it closes the day. And so what that is the bookends for our sacred container, the beginning and the close. Yeah.
That's so
And then of
exciting.
course there's so much more in between.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's the kind of there is so much more in between, but this is
Yeah.
what's neat about this is bringing together this process where you've got both live interaction
Hmm.
from virtual and in person, and I'm really stoked about that how you're doing that. I think that's beautiful.
Thank
We have a
you.
question actually from the
Yeah,
audience.
sure.
Berta. Hello, Berta. She has seen 1111 since the early 1990s, but never met anyone. So she does not understand. And oops, I picked the wrong question, but I didn't actually. You
Mm-hmm.
could not understand. Thank you. So you're understanding more. I love that.
Yes.
Yeah, we have been. Seeing 11, seeing 1111 for me is the most beautiful confirmation that I'm on track. How about you?
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Isn't
Yeah.
it cool? Yeah.
Totally. A lot of people call it an angelic number, and it is an indication that you're going in the right direction. So whatever you're thinking at that moment, and you look at the clock and it's 11:11, that's a yes from the universe. And I just got full body truth bumps when I said that.
I've been getting truth chills this whole time because, like, you're just so on point. I'm so excited about this. And I was just
Oh,
on the Big Island in Hawaii and up at the volcano and just really experiencing the power of the goddess
mm,
uh, Pele.
Pele. Hmm.
Pele. And oh, I just Pele. Now I've got truth chills again. It's just a really exciting time. You've heard about it being an angelic number. That's right. Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
Anna, you're on point.
Yeah.
So Sharon says, hi, Sharon, closing out the year.
Hi.
What is our soul and soul stars group, Opus Magnum, coming through us now?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that that is uniquely your own. What is it that is your piece of the puzzle to offer? So many of us that are in our awakening process are moving from selfish behavior into selfless service. And so, what is our selfless service? What is our soul's calling? What is our soul's contract to live a fulfilling life? And so, for me as a mother and having a 7-year-old son, I see him in his older age and I see him with his children and his grandchildren, his great grandchildren. And as a mother, I want one of my biggest wishes and desires is that we leave the planet in better condition than we found it. And so part of that is supporting the regeneration mission. And so that follows into what our theme is this year, which is seeding our new earth. And it really is about creating a balance from starting with the ground beneath our feet, with our foundation, and regenerating the planet and moving from desertification of the soil into healthy living soil that's filled with carbon and microbes and earthworms and all the things that plants need to keep the carbon in the ground where it belongs, so it's not in the atmosphere creating all this climate change that we're going through. And so when we work with regenerative solutions and create what's called food forests, we're able to not only clean the air but regenerate drinking water sources as well as creating vitalizing food. And so let's face it, we're all humans. We want to drink clean water, we want to breathe fresh air, we want to eat vitalizing food. And so we're supporting Kiss the Ground 501c3 this year. Our mission is to raise awareness and funds for Kiss the Ground. They created a documentary, which is completely just mind-blowing, amazing. It is narrated by Woody Harrelson. And so when you register for a portal pass for 1111 Unified, you actually get to screen that documentary for free.
Really?
And there's 2 others now as well, The Need to Grow and The Seeds of Vandana Shiva has just been added. So you actually receive 3 free documentary screenings above and
Wow.
beyond the coherence experience and the portal videos when you register.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like super awesome.
Thanks.
I am really excited about this. Kiss the Ground, how Woody Harrelson.
Mhm.
Tell us a little, I want to know a little bit more about that.
So Kiss the Ground, they have a whole, I mean, you just have to watch the documentary, honestly. It is so moving and so touching and inspiring. Essentially, they speak of the problem, which is really caused by tilling the soil, using poisonous pesticides, things like these, in our industrial agriculture, and the way that we've been destroying the dirt. We basically are the topsoil is no longer viable. It's turning into dust. So if you think about the cradle of civilization and North Africa and Egypt and how it used to be fertile green ground, but once civilization came in, started cutting it up to plant seeds in these rows, it actually destroyed the soil. And so they give us solutions. They give us the way that we can start regenerating our farmable lands. So for me as a mom, that is a really important topic right now to take action on so that our children can not only survive, but actually thrive, and their children's children, and for 7 generations.
That's
So,
awesome. I'm pretty excited about
yeah,
that. My granddaughter
yeah.
is 9, just a little bit older than your
Mhm.
son, which is incredible. And these kids are just so intelligent nowadays, I tell
Yeah, they
you.
are.
Isn't that
Mhm.
mind-boggling? It's just great. So, I want to, Sharon Friedman, let us know how that answer worked for you. And I loved what you said about what is it that's calling to you? What is it
Mm,
that is speaking to you that wants to come through you that is
mm.
unique for you? You know, I found myself in life many times I'll have something come through, but then I would play the story in my head of, yeah, but that could be done, or that's been done, or this or that,
Uh-huh.
instead of allowing the flow of creation and not being attached to what that might look like, but rather
Yeah.
being in deep appreciation for the allowance of it coming through me. So that's how
Mm.
I want to step into the closing of this year, is really that allowance and the receiving, in order for it to come through. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Anna
Mhm.
says her question is, how can she reconcile her spiritual journey with our political climate at the moment? That's a good question. That's a big one. That's a whopper.
That is a big one. Well, one of the ways that I'm doing it right now is actually just allowing the old paradigm to collapse on its own without my involvement. And so, it's important to hold your own energetic field, whatever that might be for you. Some people like to take saltwater baths. Some people can put their feet on the ground, like take your shoes off, put your feet on the ground, be with mother. Burning Palo Santo, sage, incense to like let something go, having your practice, whether it's meditation or movement or dance or just walking down the street. Each one of us can hold our energetic container. I'm realizing through this process of producing this event that there were certain leaks in the container. And I had a psychic reading recently, and they said that, or she said, you're a container creator. And so for me, I had to examine what the leaks were. What media am I bringing in? What am I ingesting into my
So important.
consciousness?
Mhm.
What am I watching? Was I watching violent movies? Was I watching, and making a conscious choice of what I allow in? So we actually don't have a television in our home. So when people talk about mainstream media and what's going on in the political climate, I actually don't understand what that is because I'm doing my best to hold a container here. Things come in and I get the news, so I'm not completely oblivious. And there are certain things that I have to just let pass through, right? That release, as we just talked about, and being women, it's partially, I mean, female-bodied women who really have to understand that release. Like we do it when we have our moon cycle. It's something that we have to learn to just let go of certain things with grace and ease as much as possible.
Can
I
I
hope
tell
that
you?
helps.
I hope that helps too. Actually, it helped me a lot. I don't know about y'all. I need thank you. I needed to hear that with grace and ease,
Mm,
release,
mm,
holding on to that which no longer serves. It's like, why do we do that? Why do we do
yeah,
that? And question that, in
yeah,
yourself. I want to bring this up. Sharon says, thank you. Your
mm,
answer on the opus magnum brought longevity in the plan, cycles down the
mm,
road. Thank you. Beautiful.
mhm,
Mm,
mhm.
I
Amazing.
really, I love that. On the political front, I'm with you.
Yeah,
I don't keep up. I do believe that it's best to not interfere, practice the art of non-interference, and to stay focused on our own energy. Mind your energy, because your energy is everything, because you are important. And
yeah,
though there is a story being told out there that's fearful, we get to choose whether or not we want to buy into it. And quite
yeah.
frankly, when you live in your own little, I live in a bubble. I'm in a bubble.
Mhm, mhm,
I'm sorry, I live in
mhm,
a bubble. I'm like, I
mhm,
just don't pay attention to, as a matter of fact, we were driving yesterday. I live in
mhm,
Huntington Beach. We're driving down the road, and my husband says, after Tuesday, I think he said. I think it was Tuesday. He said, "You won't see those anymore." And I looked. I said, "See what?" And he goes, "Oh, the signs, the politician signs." And I'm like, "Oh, what's there's a vote thing? There's a vote happening." All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
But it's not in my direct it's not in my direct interest, and it's not because I
Hmm.
don't care. It's because
Yeah.
I understand that the only place that I can really affect is here. What my choices are going out,
Yeah.
not taking in what's out there as part of what needs to be in here. The separation of this, I prefer the separation of the matrix, if you will, and kind of stay over here, kind of floating around, see it. Well, I'll tell you what we could do. We could do is pray peacefulness, pray for the
Yes.
appreciation of peace in the world. We have a lot of things
Mm.
happening that are actually on the good front. There's even a podcast out there called Good News TV, where it's good news,
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that awesome? I know. Paul does. I'll have to introduce you. He's really awesome. I want to bring this up. Anna says, it seems I've become devoid of what's happening, which is a challenge because I'm a political science major.
Uh-huh. Yeah. As I'm learning that the more compassion I have for situations, that's the best thing that I can do, is to Teresa Collins says, what we feed the field matters. And so if we are aware of our own energy and what's happening within, then that's what we can share. And so I have a beloved friend that was just sharing yesterday what's happening in Iran, her home country, and it broke my heart. And all I could do personally, besides getting on a plane to Iran and trying to help these women, is to hold the field, to hold the prayers. And again, when we do this in a group situation, like we're going to do for 11/11, and holding the field of peace, love, harmony, unity, and regeneration, that sometimes that's the only thing we can do. And so, yeah, I understand the dilemma, the push and pull, right? That's what happens when we live in duality. Like we get the push and pull, like, oh,
Yeah.
right? It's the human condition.
Well, 11/11 is the exact time that all of you should be coming and joining with us in unity. Is there anything else you'd like them to know about this really spectacular day? I'm going to go ahead and put the link back into the chat again.
Yes, please.
For you all. If you're watching right now, or if you join later, please join us all. And I got to bring it up real quick. Sharon says, I feel we're at a time to pray. Awaken in truth. Yes. I think you all are magnificent. But yeah, I want to know what any other insights that you'd like us to know about.
Oh, goodness. Well, insights and information for the event. This is kind of two different things. Let's start with the insight for a moment. Beloved family, we are on a precipice. We are on the precipice of great shift and a great transition. And part of that is the surrender and the release and the trust that innately we are all good inside, and that love will prevail, that we can create a peaceful environment where humanity can thrive. War, poverty, hunger, all of these things can be a thing of the past. I really believe that in my heart.
Me too.
And the more people who believe that in their heart, that will be the reality that we create together.
We can do that.
So we are the creators.
We can do that. Yeah, we can do that. I am in alignment with that. Hello.
Yeah. Hi. Let's do it. Right. And every time we get pulled back into that 3D and the drama and the fear, we come back into love. Do your practice, whatever it is, and come back into that love frequency and vibration. Because the more of us that hold that frequency, the more it ripples out. And the 100 monkey, I think it's called, right? The butterfly effect.
I love the 100th monkey is rock star. It is like that. And if you don't know, if anybody out there doesn't know what the 100th monkey is, go and look it up and read the story of the study that they did of the monkeys, and watch who we actually learned from.
Yeah. And so with 11/11, I just want to say deep bow of gratitude to all the contributors. Like, we are receiving their several presentations and putting them into the virtual site, and a lot of them are going to be like a buffet. Like, you can choose which one you want to watch, and there's so much goodness there. I mean, I got to interview Ishmael Perez and Deborah Giusti and the twin Ray and Elizabeth April, and just amazing thought leaders on humanity's awakening and ascension and starseed activations. Jessica Dari is hosting a beautiful panel called Sacred Activism. It's a feminine leadership panel. And I just, the list goes on and on. Honestly, I can't even, I think we have like over 55 presentations. And so obviously that is so much content. It would be challenging to watch all of it because some of the presentations even start side by side. You kind of have to choose one. Mm-hmm. Like Barbara Canals, she has the English version and the Spanish version, so you could choose which one. And so we have different portal passes that we call them portal passes instead of tickets. Your Actuate pass is the free one. That just gets you into the portal. You get 10 pieces of content, the coherence experience, the portal videos, and a couple of the live streams, and opening and closing ceremony. And then we have the Activated, Awakened, and Ascended passes. And it just depends on what level you want to be involved. Activated is $33.33, and it gives you access for the whole weekend. And then the Awakened is the one that is for 3 months. So you get all that content for 3 months. So shut down the Netflix, shut down the Prime Video, watch the content that's made for your ascension, your awakening. It's made to help raise your frequency, your vibration, open your consciousness, open to new ideas. And so we're calling humanity, we're calling our family, open minds, open hearts, to join us for 1111 Unified virtual experience this year. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I love this. Thank you, ANISTARA. Thank you. And I just want to really, really encourage all of you. I say go for the 3 months. That's what I say. But you don't need to. You can also join for free. The link is in the chat. Don't miss it. I love that. Mikey Smart says the 100th monkey, never heard of that. Well, I'll tell you what, it's all about the tipping point of social change, but it's amazing, amazing how we learn from children. So you have to really take a look at that and see, that's what was amazing to me is that social change is the tipping point and who we actually are learning from. So I think it's spectacular. Thank you, audience. You have been wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. And the link is in the chat. Join us on 11/11 for one of the best days of your life. Make it the best day of your life. Thank you, Anastasia. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Debbie.